Hey, what up, everybody? Steve Bridge coming to you. Last night I was really excited to sit down and watch TNA Impact Wrestling. I wanted to see the last final show to see what direction they were pushing Bound for Glory. I know that they're going to be naming a whole bunch of matches that we don't really give a shit about next week, but they got a frame of what could be a pretty good show. Samoa Joe adding himself into the X Division match to me ultimately was a pretty big surprise, but I didn't want Samoa Joe to be one of the guys that just really didn't have a match or something to fill a hole onto next week. You got a tag match with the guys going through a gauntlet match on the pre-show, so we're going to see Storm, and we're going to see Magnus? No, Magnus. I always get him mixed up. It's Storm and Gunner. They're the damn tag champs. We've already known for over a month now that Bully Ray's going to be taking on AJ, and I was glad. I was sort of thinking that what they were going to do is AJ was going to eliminate one guy each week from Aces and Eights, so it finally stood out to be a one-on-one match at Bound for Glory. Much like when you think about like Randy Orton against CM Punk at WrestleMania 27, you know, every week Orton took out one member of the Nexus, punted him in the head, until it just finally came down to it was just going to be a one-on-one match after, was it the last guy was Mason Ryan, back when they were trying to make him a big deal. I can't believe that was almost fucking 3 years ago when they were trying to push Mason Ryan as sort of like the big-ass bodyguard guy, and now he's just down there in FCW doing nothing with NXT. It doesn't seem like he's ever really going to have a chance to come back up. But I did like the return of Angle. I thought that Daniels and Rude and Kaz, Ego, when they were putting Robert Roode into the Hall of Fame, I thought that was just fucking hysterical. The small little skit they did where they didn't want to let him into the dressing room before the commercial, and they come out wearing the Dumb and Dumber suits. I say honestly, even if you don't watch TNA, go out of your way. The stuff that these guys have been doing on Impact for the last over a year has made this show watchable. They've had shitty shows week in and week out a lot, but just Daniels and Kaz, it's not that they don't give a shit, they're just entertaining. And I mean, like, everything that they've done, sure, they've had some matches that really didn't make sense, but that's not their fault. But every promo they've had, they've gone out of their way to steal the show. You remember them wrestling back in Chicago on one of the first live Impacts. They came out in the Legion of Doom attire, pretty fucking awesome, with the huge shoulder pads and stuff like that. But I think out of everything that happened on last night's show was them seeing Angle come back and return. I know it was heavily rumored that TNA was going to use him as sort of like a attraction for Bound for Glory, just to sort of see the guy come out, maybe thank everybody for putting him in the Hall of Fame, and then they were just going to hold him off and not have him wrestle. But it seems like Kurt Angle is back for real now, much like I guess you can say John Cena. I don't know if TNA is rushing him back for the one reason of Hulk Hogan's gone and they need that one guy to put some asses in some seats. I know that they've been said that they're not doing anything until Bound for Glory, and then after Bound for Glory they just have one spot show in Salt Lake City, Utah. They really took it really soft for Bound for Glory. You would think that, when things get rolling, they want to make sure that they're doing tons of house shows. I mean, that's what WWE does before WrestleMania. Sort of like making it seem like you're going to have a mini WrestleMania at the house show in your city. Make sure you want to go out there. It helps them sell more tickets, sell more pay-per-views, just gets everybody more worked up in the long run. But then again, this is TNA, and nothing they've done this far has really made sense. But Angle came back huge. He was jacked as hell. Even Taz made reference to this is what it looks like when you're off the road, and all you can really do is just make yourself, eat the right things and just work out. But he looked pretty gassed up to me. I haven't seen Angle this big in a long, long time, and maybe this is what he's doing to work up, or to work out and get beefed up to get himself off of drugs and alcohol, which he went to the rehab for, as everybody knows. But if he's going to be out there wrestling road shows, and he's going to be out there wrestling TV and pay-per-view, that body's going to get beat up again. Kurt Angle's style is not taking it easy. He's lifting guys and suplexing them, 100 times a match, and he's taking the same beatings himself. He's just that kind of guy who's not going to give anything, less than a 5-star match, no matter who he's in the ring with and how many people are out there in the crowd. He's got to wonder how long this is really going to last. We all wish the best for Kurt Angle, but I mean, like, if there ever really was a death pool and you were making draft picks on who you were going to pick, I mean, out of all the current wrestlers that are out there, I think Kurt Angle would be at the top of everybody's list. Nobody wants to say it, but just the way that he lives his life is just beyond the point of crazy. With him and Bobby Roode having a match at the pay-per-view, it's a great way to kick him off going in the right direction. Of course, I would pick him to win the match, because like Roode is sort of like the top of the food chain in ego. So it's not like he's gonna fight one guy and work his way to the top. They're sort of putting him right on to the main guy. With AJ more than likely winning the title, it's sort of like Angle won't be in the title shot. And then again, TNA is a company that's done the face versus face match, and I think people would buy it just to see Angle, or at least watch it to get involved in the show, knowing it's the two best guys in the company going at it. Much like with they had Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle battling it out back in 2005, 2006, whenever that was. But I thought Impact was a good show. It didn't really get me huge pumped for Bound for Glory, but it's a trip that we're going on. I think I'm most pumped to do the fan experience, fan interaction. I keep on calling it fan access. I actually emailed TNA and they emailed me back after that, and I felt like a dumbass for calling it access. But I guess I've been a WWE guy all these years. It's just in my blood. But I got to get back in there, get back to work. We'll talk later. I didn't get a chance to make a review on it because it was just way too late when I watched it and finished it up this morning. And so there you go. Kurt Angle's coming back. Bound for Glory. Peace out.